just spent probably, literally probably 10 minutes. I was gonna say like half an hour, but 10 minutes is plenty of time to stand in a place going over and over 3 options of where to take a nap and feeling stuck and stymied by all of them. I didn't want to crawl back into the dark cave of my van right now. That felt sad. I wanted to be in the sun, but turning around the seat that's like full of stuff, the passenger seat, you know, the van that can like spin around, and it's like maybe I can lie there in the sun. But that seemed like way too much work. And then I just like didn't want to get out of the van and come around the corner and check and see if this hammock over here was in the shade, and it so is. And this is exactly where I should be having a nap. This is exactly the best possible place that makes sense for me to take advantage of being in to have a nap. So, I don't know. I just felt like there was something there to realize that was worth sharing. Like, I guess I knew somewhere deep down that, I feel like this is like a metaphor. I know it's a really boring thing to be like over-analyzing, but I feel like it's a microcosmic little bit that can help. Like, that could be, you know, used over a larger. Like, deep down I knew that the cool thing to do is go check out the hammock at the hip camp that you're staying at and see if that's a good place for a nap. But I let myself stay stuck in this like intellectual overanalyzing, indecisive Libra thing for a lot of moments. You know, I'm gonna go see my very close, beautiful friend in the next 45 minutes or so, and so there is like a limited time situation in this moment. And I want to live my life, you know? Excuse me. I don't need to crawl back into this sad cave of my van because I'm just doing what seems easiest in the moment. When there is, I mean, again, this is the situation. Like, there's nowhere else I should be taking a nap. Nowhere else better than I could be in this moment. All right. Not quite feeling the return of energy that they promised in second trimester. I did my very best at that festival though. I had to take one nap at like 11:30 at night so that I could wake up by 1 and be back in there for this like immersive art meow wolf thing that was like, it's exactly what I care about. Why is it at 1:30 in the morning? But I made it happen. And I met like 5 or 6 lovely people had short but meaningful conversations. And then otherwise, I felt really introverted and shy. I like noticed myself not making eye contact with people, or like not holding it long enough that they might think I would want them to say hello. And I don't know why I do that. It doesn't feel like it's just because, oh, well, you know, you're only like a single person at this big festival, but you're pregnant and overwhelmed and more hormones. And yeah, I think that like is part of the cocktail of the situation, but it doesn't feel like that's really what's stopping me. My arm got tired. Like, why, when presented with that situation, do I not like really become myself and like the bird, lean in and share myself with the people? Like, there's such a big group of lovely people. I really imagine myself behaving very differently when I'm like projecting into the future, how that's going to go. And I get there and I have to admit to myself that I'm kind of a wimp. I think I also felt weird and like schlubby pregnant compared to all these really fancy people. This thing makes me embarrassed that I mentioned. And that bums me out too. I want to not care. I imagine myself a person who doesn't care. And I go back and forth between like really enjoying the autonomy of being alone. Like, I get to decide where I go when I feel like going there. If I want to pull over and take a 20-minute nap, I can. And I'm wondering if that's because I started to like resent people for being there, because then my attention goes to people pleasing mode and then I'm just doing whatever they want, and that starts to actually just wear away on the inside. But like, they never asked me to behave that way. It's not fair to resent them for that. And I think I'm just relieved when I don't have to deal with that issue. I'm just by myself, so there's no one to please but me. But I don't think that's obviously not a permanent solve for that problem. I am like setting out to create community. I want it so bad. Like, I imagine it in my head and I want to fast forward, get there. And I keep eye contact with people in that imagined story, and I am open and ready to talk, like, most of the time. And yes, I do imagine that I like have my own little home space somewhere that I can return to, but that basically every day has conversations with the people that live around me. So that's something to chew upon for me. Now I'm gonna go see my beautiful friend soon, and it's gonna be so nice, and it's gonna be like the best hug I've gotten in a long time. And then on to see the weird Earthship things. So here we are. Onward and upwards and outwards and inwards.